Hello everyone, and welcome to week 9 of Qigong Foundation practices. So it's a little bit of a late night Q&A video session this weekend. Sometimes things get pretty busy and it takes me a while to get those questions answered, but this should still get out to you on time. Before I forget about it, there is some exciting news. The Qigong retreat in Thailand in May is going ahead. So that's from the 13th to the 20th of May. We have a small group going at the moment, but there's still room for others to book. So if you're interested in that, get in touch. It will be a great experience if you're able to come. Obviously lots of opportunities for face-to-face, in-person learning and corrections and adjustments and a chance to go deeper into the practices, as well of course as to enjoy Thailand and the amazing nature and things that we'll find there. Anyway, on to our video this week. Some really interesting questions this week. It shows some people are really thinking about the exercises and the implications of what you're learning, which is great. There were a couple of things which I said I'd either talk about or demonstrate on the video, so I'll do that now. So one of the questions was about, can the exercises stimulate more than one meridian at a time? And the answer is yes, they definitely can. In fact, anytime you move any part of your body, to some extent, all of the rest of the body, if things are healthy, all of the rest of the body is stimulated, and there is some stimulation from even the smallest of movements. And so obviously with larger movements, then yes, there's going to be stimulation through multiple parts of the body at once. But as we practice the exercises, we're hopefully doing them in a way where the overall effect is focused in one particular area. So in my written answer about this, I did talk about one arm raising. Sometimes this has different names, the exercise will have different names sometimes, but how the way we're doing it focuses the activity through the stomach meridian, but it's often practiced with a few small changes which puts the stimulation more into the spleen meridian. So basically, as we're doing it in this course, we have our feet together and the arms push apart on the center line as we come up and look up. And when we do this, it focuses quite central in the body, and so the energy, the stimulation goes through the stomach meridian. Another way it's commonly done is with the feet a little bit wider, maybe shoulder width apart, and then as you push apart, the hands come out to the sides a little bit, so they're no longer on the center line, they then come above the shoulder and by the waist. And you might be able to feel the difference between this and this. So between this and this. When the hands are close to the center line, the stretching, pulling stimulation is much more through closer to the middle of the body, and it stimulates the stomach meridian. As it moves out to the side a little, it moves out and it stimulates more the spleen meridian. So yeah, you can tweak the exercises in different ways to change their effects, whether it be to strengthen the effect on a meridian that you're focusing on, or even to change it so it's focusing more on a different meridian. So probably not something I recommend you try to do at this stage. I recommend you try to learn the exercises the way they're taught in the course and to really understand them for now. But as you continue, this will be really helpful to help you to understand different movements and how to tweak and adjust them and so on. Okay, so the other question that I said I'd discuss on this video was about the kind of emotional or mental disturbances you can expect if there's blockages in different organs or meridians. Now, expect I don't think is quite the right word, but yeah, there's natural relationship between different emotions and mental states and the organs, and this relates to physiologically what happens with different mental states. So for example, fear, you get the release of adrenaline, then there's going to be a series of changes in the body that relate to that. Anger, you're going to get release of cortisol, and there's going to be a series of changes in your body relating to that, and this is going to affect your liver in particular as the cortisol's in the bloodstream, and so on and so on and so on. So if you have an issue, and so as I've mentioned also in the answer this week, the causality flows in both directions. So if you have an emotion, it's going to cause release of hormones, change in posture and so on. It's going to affect the organs and the meridians. But equally, and it may not be related to an emotion, equally if you have some injury or damage to an organ or to one of the meridians, this is then going to encourage that kind of emotion. So if you have, for example, if you have a blockage in your liver, it's likely you're going to feel frustration and irritability. If you have a problem with your kidneys, or perhaps an injury to your back, particularly your lower back, because the kidneys help to support the lower back. It's really windy, I hope you can still hear this okay. It's likely that you're going to experience fear, or if not fear itself, lack of confidence. Because a lot of our confidence in the world comes from our ability to be strong and support ourselves, literally support ourselves. When our spine, and particularly the lower back, is undermined, we're no longer able to support ourselves fully well, and this leads to a lack of confidence, which can go on into fear and so on. And the rest goes through the rest of the different organs and emotions. So I won't go too much more into that, but there was another part of that question which was interesting, which was about the triple warmer. Now, and that I mentioned, treating different emotional conditions with the triple warmer and so on. So there's an interesting thing with the triple warmer and also the circulation sex pericardium, in that both of these actually relate to all of the organs within the body, and so as such they actually relate to all of the emotions. Now, the circulation sex pericardium relates particularly to the organs internally, so it relates to the emotions on a deep internal level. And the triple warmer relates to the external, what surrounds the organs, and so it relates to the external manifestation of the emotions. And so with acupuncture and with Qigong and so on, by treating either the pericardium or the triple warmer, it's a way to harmonize and balance all of those emotions, and sometimes there's a way to bring them out. So particularly if you have a deep emotion, you can bring it from deep with the circulation sex pericardium, bring it out to the surface with the triple warmer, where it can then be dispelled and got rid of that way. So yeah, maybe that's an interesting little piece of information for you. Mainly relevant if you're getting more into the treatment side of things at some point, but interesting in terms of putting everything together anyway. So, okay, what are we doing this week? Well, this week we are going to be experimenting a little bit with giving a little bit of a different flavor to the exercises. Now, the most common way that you're going to practice these exercises is going to be in a relatively yin way, slowly and gently. But you can also do them more vigorously, more yang. And so this would mean doing them faster and maybe with a little bit more tension or a little bit more strength in your body as you do it. And this is going to change the feeling of the energy that you stimulate within your body and through the meridians and the organs. So what you're going to do is you're going to alternate basically. You're going to alternate with going really slow and then really fast between different days and get that experience of what each of them feels like. And when you go really slow, you can try practicing going as slow as you can. You can try even practicing more slowly than you're able to breathe for the exercises. So go really, really slowly so that you just have to breathe normally through the exercises and go at that sort of speed. And when you go fast, again, you might go so fast that you can't actually breathe that fast to harmonize with the exercises, and you just have to breathe normally while you do the exercises really quickly. So there's a few things that you may get from experimenting with the speeds. One, feeling the more yin and yang energy. You will get a different appreciation of some of the physical aspects of the movements, of the balance that's required for the movements, and you're going to learn different things about that going very slow and very fast. When you go slowly, it's more going to be about your alignment and balance in relationship to gravity. When you go fast, it's going to be more about your alignment and balance with your own body and with the momentum caused by the movement. Another thing that you're going to find by exploring the range between yin and yang is you're going to help to find where in that you're most comfortable, and perhaps what it is that you need right now. A lot of you have probably been practicing pretty much either along with the videos up until now, or even without the videos, kind of doing them at about the same speed. And this is an opportunity to break right out of that and do it at a different speed. And so then when you come back to just practicing at a speed that you want to practice, finding the speed that feels comfortable to you, which doesn't have to be the same speed as in the videos. So anyway, I hope you're going to enjoy your practice this week, and I look forward to hearing from you with your progress reports and any questions that you may have at the end of the week.